Hello, hello, hello. This is Maria, your health and wellness coach here at Be Fab, Be You. Today I'm here to celebrate. It's 1 year of me doing my podcast, Be Fab, Be You, made simple. And I'm super happy that I've accomplished to post and release 63 episodes this far, and I look forward to another at least 50 to 52 this year. And look, I mean, there's many things I want to share about this podcast. First, I'm happy because I'm able to share valuable information in a platform that is so accessible to the world. And I'm looking to decide because I have a little dashboard over here. I want to share some of the statistics and some of the stuff. Because if you haven't listened to it, I'm inviting you to do so because it's really great stuff, about health and wellness. First of all, I have people from 11 countries the podcast has reached people in 11 different countries. Mostly are here in the United States, but from every continent, really. UK, Canada, Mexico, Malaysia, Spain, Australia, Singapore, and so many. It's so cool, isn't it? So, most 58% of the people are listening in Apple Podcasts, and then we have Spotify, and then the rest is in every other platform. There's many people listening to other platforms because there's so many platforms doing podcasts these days. Some of the best episodes of the top episodes, I'm going to share some of you here. The winner of them all is episode 51, where I talk about liver and gallbladder flush and my experiences. Look at that. And then we have episode 59, very recent, are your choices preventing cytokine storms, which kind of makes sense. People will be interested on that since we're talking about, the C19 without saying complete words. And then other episodes, actually episode number 1 with how to make time for your health. Then episode 2 is your 24-hour list working for you. Look, this is a golden one. The other one over here, episode 56, what about insulin, triglycerides, hypertension, waist, and metabolic health have in common. So check this out. And there's many. There's many over here. Another 58, how and why you measure for cell DNA damaging type of stress. I mean, these are all great topics. I'm very passionate about talking this stuff, and there is a lot to listen. Like I said, 63 episodes, but if you haven't caught up to it, go and listen. And if you listen in iTunes or Apple Podcast, leave us a review if you like, because that helps grow the podcast. So very happy about that. And let me share something else with you, because you might have noticed that I wear this little bracelets and coins and all that. There is an organization called myintent.org. I've been wearing their words and their products are here for some time now. And I did this one over here just before I started the podcast, because it was really with the podcast in mind. It says, I am committed. And I really wanted to commit to this podcast in 2021, which I did. I'm very proud of it. Had a little lapse over here after my mom passed, and also during some of the time that I was getting my functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner certification. But I'm proud of this, because this reminded me every day, that I want to be consistent. So what? The second one over here says fruition. So that's it, folks. Those little tools, I consider them tools. I do this with clients as well, and even corporate clients, and it helps, helps to remind you why you're doing something, whatever that thing is important to you, or where you want to go and get and achieve. This it has yet to leave my necklace, since I got it, in 2020. Was the end of 2020. So great stuff. I hope you take a minute or a few minutes to listen to some of the episodes. And if you have any questions, that you want me to answer, please feel free to submit them to me. Through here, or also there is a link to submit questions when you go to the podcast, and I put the links on the comments so you can reach this stuff. The other thing I want to share is something really special. It's more personal, and if you've been following me for a bit here, or if you're in my newsletter, I have mentioned that my mom passed in October 20 last year, and was not related to COVID-19. It was just, it was time for her to go. There's a lot of health imbalances. And I wrote quite a bit about it as a way to release, and there is more on my blog if you want to learn more about me and my relationship with my mom and how of an awesome person she was. So go to befabbu.com and look for the blogs and all that. And I posted that in my personal page too. But, so has been less than 4 months that she has passed. And I can speak here without crying, but I cry almost every day a little bit. And that's okay. I'm still grieving. It's a process. And but one thing that really is special that has happened or has been happening between us is that I have dreams about her, and I had 4 so far, and they've been surreal in a way that is like, I'm in a dream, and she's right there. I'm the only one seeing her, and nobody else can see, but I realize that she's gone, that she's not really here. It's just been surreal. But the one that happened last night is almost like a movie. The one happened last night, it was kind of special because I went to bed and I thought, I see her picture through my phone every day. She's got a beautiful smile. So I talk to her, say goodnight, and, I make faces to her on the phone and things like that, things that I used to do that. So we're communicating that way, at least I believe. I am attempting to communicate. And I said to her, and I said on the phone, looking at her picture, and I said, Mama, I would love to connect with you and pop in. And I say pop in my dreams because I believe really this is the way that we're going to continue to communicate, because had it happened already 3 times. And one time I had basically said before I went to bed, hey, if you're there, show up. And she did. And last night I did say that, and she showed up again. What is kind of interesting is that the last 2 dreams, but especially this one, I could barely see her face. I knew that was her, and last night I couldn't see her face. So it's almost like I was going through phases in my life. I was going through different instances, and I knew she was around, and then I stopped at the one, literally if I'm looking at a screen and I can see it right now, this movie, this dream. And she was laying down, like that. And I lay down on the opposite side, so we're almost head to head. And I wanted to connect with her, and I put my hands back over here. Our heads are close to each other, and she grabbed my hand and part of my arm like this. It's almost like felt like she was protecting me, and she's like, "I got you. I know it's been hard." And all that, but I got you. I'm here with you. That's how I felt in that dream. That was so special. And I woke up, and out of the dream, and I could feel that she was right there with me. I try not to cry over here, but it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna apologize because this is part of the process, and that's okay. But anyway, I am communicating with Mom through my dreams, and I hope that we can continue this path of at least once a month. That I can talk to her, and if I need her, because I miss talking to her and seeing her face, that she at least can pop in my dreams and say that she's there and she's still protecting me. So anyway, I just want to say that just because a person is not here anymore, there was ways that we can connect with that person. And Mom is there, but she's here with me too. And we cannot, there is, I believe in God and I believe in the universe and I believe that there is a superpower. And it's because of instances like this that, me saying, hey, pop in, and she does. There is something bigger out there. And I will close saying this. This morning I was in a networking event, which I started to do more this year, which is great. It's been really fun to reconnect and meet new people and all that. And some woman actually start talking about these words and all that. And I was telling the group, and I said, you know what? Unless we know our why to be in this world, and this why is big enough, life is just gonna go on and by without being very meaningful. So it is important that we take the time to figure out, what is that thing that inspires us every day? What is that thing that is going to get us out of bed and do things that are challenging? What is the thing that is going to help us to transform our health and our lifestyle if it's not in a place that we believe that it could be, right? If it is not in a place that we're preventing so many diseases. It's never ever late to start the process. And mom passing and me having the why of really help individuals to live their best life and helping myself not to end up with so many diseases, so many health problems like my mom had is one of my big whys. Is we deserve better, and I want to be in a path, and I want that path the same to be for you, that we age just because the body is just time to go and is not an aging process that is filled with pain and I don't know, kind of depression because you're not able to do the things you love, from going to the market, to the supermarket, to walking around and really thinking clearly, or being, every X number of hours pilling up, taking several medications and doctor visits, and your conversation is all about pain and feeling like crap, and you feel your body deteriorate in a rapid pace. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for you. We need to have our why strong, why we want to be here, and could be, you want to be the best grandmother or grandfather in your life. You want to be the catalyst. You want to achieve a dream that you had put aside. Whatever that is, we need the energy. We need to have that clear mind, and we have to have an energy that is innate in our body, not energy that is, subsidized by products, by caffeine, by this and that and that, and or alcohol that is trying to sedate us and so on. Let's give ourselves what they need to do their jobs. And in order to do that, sometimes we need to look a little deeper. And if that's where you're at, I'm here to help. But anyway, this was about, sharing about the podcast, sharing about my relationship with mom through my dreams, which I'm really content that she is showing up for me. So anyway, have a wonderful day. And if you have anything to share with me, go ahead. Send me a note, send me a private message, or contact me via email, text, whatever. I'm here for you, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.